Welcome everyone. This is Friendly Crochet Creations, video episode 4. I want to show you what I've done for Thanksgiving regarding turkeys. I got this turkey here that I showed you last week from the Annie's Attic, Annie's Crochet Scrap Happy Crochet for All Seasons 2015 calendar. He just needs, well, his color needs to come down, but he needs the black ribbon here, and he needs the white ribbon here. And also what I need to do here is attach the feathers. Yep, still need to attach the feathers. Everything else is done. Ooh, that might need to be reworked or something. He is a little darker than what the picture shows, but you can make turkey dark or light, whatever you want to do. And what else I have here regarding turkeys and Thanksgiving are 2 turkey appliques from Jada and Stitches. She's got a real cute video on these. This one here is done in acrylic, as she shows in her video. But I also did one in cotton. So, the little waddle and the eyes. I actually did, went ahead and, what do you call it? Oh, French knot black eyes instead of buttons. I didn't have the right size. She uses beads, but I didn't even have the right size of shank buttons that I normally use. So I didn't use that. I didn't use beads. I just went ahead and made French knots on those, which is totally fine. And then you can just, add them to something real easy, or you can lay them out. I don't know if you could use that as a coaster, because the head is, on top, and it's not like really laying flat, but those are really, really simple and easy to make. I use sugar and cream, the lily sugar and cream and the peaches and cream on my little turkeys. Like I said, this one's red heart acrylics, Super Saver. I might have got some yarn out of another project tote, but it's alright. I didn't use very much of it. For these, they make up so quick you can make them like super fast. I mean, it doesn't take long at all. I'm not sure if I'm going to make any more of these right now, or I thought about making another turkey, keeping one and giving one away, but we'll see. If I don't do it now, maybe I'll do it next Thanksgiving. I really want to get started on Christmas. Let's pause this and I'll show you what else I have for Thanksgiving. Okay, what you see here is, regarding Thanksgiving, is this cowl that I was talking about the last week that I was going to make from this book over here, More Than Socks by Red Heart. Heart and Soul with Aloe. It came in a kit. I made this one right here on 10. There's other projects you can make. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 13. I like the feel of your hands, after you work with this Red Heart and Soul with Aloe. But I don't know if I like working with it really while you're working with it, because I don't know, it feels like wool, but it's not wool, or something's weird about the texture on it. But this is what I have left from that other skein. I actually made another row. It's called Rustica. The color is Rustica. I did make 6 rounds instead of 5. I like how that makes the diagonal here. There's more diagonals. I had a hard time getting a solid red shell. With a little red there, but not much. So I'm going to try to make one of these with this, what color is this? Ivory color for Christmas. I didn't want to make it right now. I got plenty of time for later. Unless, of course, I start a job this next week. So let's see. Maybe I'll have time to make that, or maybe I won't. But I will try to definitely make room for that. So I can show you what it looks like in a solid color. And when I wear it, I'll see how it feels, if I'm allergic to it or not. And aloe is supposed to be good for you, healing properties and everything. Okay, I still have more Thanksgiving to show you. Stay tuned. Okay, here's the Cornucopia that I showed y'all last week. Wanted to give y'all a better look at that. I did find the magazine, as you can see, that it is in. It's actually on the front of the magazine, and I did finish my ends this week. I haven't made the fruit and veggies yet, but I will probably do that tonight and tomorrow, maybe next week. As you can see, it is a Crochet World magazine. It is the autumn special of autumn 1995. 1995. Let's go over a little bit. So it's got back to school stuff in here, and as you can see, it's a table runner. It's got some Halloween stuff in here. Curly Kitten. Crochet this little play pal. I might actually do that for somebody. So find a better one. You see there's some markings on it. I got it from eBay, and then I've got some pages marked here. There's five fruits and vegetables to go with that. Like I said, hopefully I'll have those for next week to show you. And I want to show you what I have made regarding my bath set. That's up next. Okay, here's my bath sets that I showed y'all last week. The floral face cloth. We have the soap bags with the plain ivory ribbon. And then we have the soap bags here with the ivory and the brown ribbons. Sorry about the darkness and the shadows. Then I have, as you can see, an extra poof here that I didn't have last week. I actually made two this week, and I put one. I actually kept the other one. But there's that, and here's the basket I just mentioned a few moments ago. This was also in the Pamper Yourself Annie's crochet book. It's pretty sturdy. It's crocheted with using 3 strands. You can see that the multicolors there. Sometimes you can see all 3 colors. But then right here to the bottom, you see 3 colors, and then you see all the other colors. I did it with the variegated stripes. I forget what this color is called, but I thought I was out of it. Then I found a whole bunch of it that I'd ordered from the company or Michael's or somewhere online. But I do have a bunch of that, and that took almost 3 whole skeins to do one basket. 2 of the, I guess they're 2 ounces or 2.5 ounces. And I might make some more of these. I'm not sure if they'll be right now, like next week, or if it'll be later. But maybe even my Avon could fit in there with some of that. You know, one of each item, and then maybe a little bit of Avon could fit in there. We'll see. I haven't made any more face cloths. I didn't make any more soap bags, but I did make 2 poofs this week and the basket. And you will see why I haven't really made much else when I get to Christmas, because I'm really, really into Christmas. But I do love Thanksgiving, and I think we don't do, you know, enough for Thanksgiving sometimes. But we just hop right in there to Christmas. But thought I'd pause a moment and give thanks and celebrate a little bit with y'all. And that does it for Thanksgiving, and I'll show you what I've got for Christmas so far. If you watched last week's video, you might have seen something about this Peppermint and Holly Tea Cozy in the sneak peek section of my last video. This is, like I said, the Peppermint and Holly Tea Cozy. Is by Annie's, their Hook and Needle Kit Club. I used to have their monthly subscriptions, but I couldn't keep up with it, so I let it run out. But I bet I got this from eBay. But it comes with, as you can see here, 3 skeins, a small skein of green, and then 2 regular size skeins of red and white. And you can see my hook sticking up out of the white. I put that in there. That's my personal hook. It did not come with the kit. It just came with the yarn and the book. You can either crochet or knit. And since I don't knit, I obviously am crocheting. But I got the first half of this done. And I started the second half. But if you can tell the difference, this one has the extra stripe right here on the left, and I didn't do that one on this one. And I did much better on weaving in my ends on this one than I did on the second one. But I'll go back and get those done later. And get this all put together, and I got to do the holly berry and the leaves. As you can see, this side is almost done. I think it's like 30 rows or something, and I have to look at the pattern to make sure. I haven't worked on it in about a month, I guess. And before that, I can't remember how long it had been. But this side has been done for quite a while. And here. Hopefully this one will be done by Christmas. As you can see, I don't have much left to do. But there's that. You can see this one's the knitted one. It has the extra stuff on. Looks like it, but it's bunched up at the top a whole lot. And this one maybe a little bit. It's got a bow on there. Stuff. I'm sure you can put a bow on this one too. There's totally different. But they're some red and white stripes. It's interesting for me to see the differences between the crochet and the knit, sometimes how similar and different they are. But that's one of the sneak peek items. Okay, here's the other sneak peek item that I wanted to show y'all. That I was talking about last week. I'll give you a sneak peek of that. I've got 6 of these toes started. There's 5 of them there. And there's one over here. And I have the needle, the hook in my project that I'm working on this one. I like to keep my hooks with my projects if at all possible. You see I've just got a lot of baubles on here. It's in the baubles, beads, and berry stitches section of this book. I'll show you. It's by Donna Jones from Needles to Hook, Complete Guide to Converting Knit Patterns to Crochet. Sorry about the glare. And it shows you how to do both sets of stitches in this book. The baubles and crochet and the baubles and knit. See if I can show that to you real quick, the difference in those. If you can see here, I'm trying not to give you the pattern instructions, but if you can see this, the bauble tree stitch pattern as it's called. The one on the left is knit, the one on the right is crochet, and there's a glare on my book, I apologize. See the differences in those stitches. I'm interested in learning that. Yes, I will soon. Hopefully these will be done by Christmas. Used half of them. Hopefully all 6, but we'll see. Once again, that's the bubble tree stitch pattern, and I have one more thing for Christmas, and I forgot about something. I still have one Halloween project I want to show you that I advanced on this week. I did not advance on the pumpkin mini baskets. So what y'all saw last week is how that is. And I actually do have one more thing for Thanksgiving too. So there'll be one Christmas left, one Halloween, and one Thanksgiving project to show you. Okay, maybe you can tell what this is starting to form. Maybe, maybe not. This is Creative Grandma's Mary Santa toilet paper cover for Mega Roll. I started out with 2 partial skeins of the petal pink, and I made like 7 heads from one and 7 heads from the next. And then with the red, I almost got all 14 of those made. I had to pull out another skein of cherry red for that. But the black, it just, you know, is a partial skein, of course. But this is part 1 of her, as I was saying, this is, you know, part 1 of Creative Grandma's Merry Santa toilet paper cover for Mega Rolls. There's 3 parts to making him. I think the next part are the arms and the beard, and then the next one is like the hat and everything else. But yep, that's it. I had a lot of fun making these last couple of days. And hop on over there if you want to see how she makes those. Creative Grandma on YouTube. Okay, here's the jack-o'-lantern coasters that I was showing you last week. As you can see, I did find the magazine. So it's Crochet World. Yes. It's Crochet World October 2017. So this was last year. And so it hasn't been very long. And they did say to block these before you put them together. And I said there was four coasters here. There are 4 pieces here, but 2 of these make one. And I want to make a plain one of these as I go this year or next month or 2. But I think I'm about done with this one right now. I do have the pieces to make another jack-o'-lantern. Those were already made from last year. But I went ahead and made the leaves and the stem. So I have another set over here, so I have 2 of those. Made those. And I put his little features on this one. And this one's blank. So I need to tie that in or use it to, yeah, need to weave in those ends. And put the rest of them together and maybe make some new ones for next year. Now the pattern does say to use size 10 cotton, but I went ahead and used, peaches and cream or lily sugar and cream on these. I don't know if I'll go back and do any of the smaller ones with the smaller thread. I'm sure they'll make it really, really quick, just the pumpkins themselves, and then I want to make, other stems and leaves, maybe darker ones for the plain pumpkins. Alright. There's that one, and I do have one more Thanksgiving to show you before I get on to the rest. Okay, last item for Thanksgiving as promised. As you can see, I have not made much progress on these mini baskets. I have not made their lids or stems for hats or for the lids or anything. But, yeah, there's my hook right there. Look at that. But I did pick out the yarn for the lids, which sometimes that's the hardest part. I've got a dark green here, like a forest green. I've got a dark chocolate brown here, and a tan, and then the cornmeal. I'm just going to do a cornmeal lid and some darker lids on these other 2. Maybe a brown for this one, and then the dark green and brown for that one. For the lid and stem. A plain lid and a plain lid. Just this one's a different color, and that one's going to be the same color. And I do have some other things to show you. Okay, this is the yarn bowl that I showed y'all last week during the segments of the secret garden. The secret yarnery with Krista. I was showing you this because I used the yarn on the hook shrug that I got from her. Pattern I got from her. But this is what they had this look like in crochet. It's a Yarn Crafter's Friend by Annie's Hook and Needle Kit Club, in case you're looking for it. It's called the Yarn Crafter's Friend, not a yarn bowl. But it is a yarn bowl for a basket. And these are the other appliques to put on there that I made using crochet. Of course, you can do knit. I wonder if I can show you the knit one. I've got this. No, I can't. I've got it fixed where I can't. And then there's the yarn left for that. As you can tell, I don't have any yellow left except for what's attached to the flowers here. That's all I have left. And then there's 4 stems. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 more flowers, and they have 3 flowers, 5 stems, and yeah, that's gonna make 3 flowers and 5 stems. That's all that. Annie's Hook and Needle Club. I love that. I wish I could afford to do that every month, along with some yarn subscriptions like Darn Good Yarn and what's the other one? Anyways, everyone has it on their channels. Oh, I can't think of it right now. I've got one in my room. I could only do each one for a month, and that was it. So, anyway, I had this Annie's Hook and Needle Club for a little bit longer than that back in the day, a few years back. But I did these other two, like, right before I lost my job. So, we'll see. When I get a new job, maybe I can try out some new yarns that I've never tried, you know, hand dyes and dyed yarns and specialty yarns and stuff, but, you know, start out small and grow larger. But I really like this little Yarn Crafter's Friend that I call a yarn bowl. It comes in real handy. Okay, I do have my own project here that I want to show you. I'm not sure if you can tell what I did on this since it's so dark, but if you saw my other videos on the things that I made, I just used the same stitch with this cluster stitch here. Okay, I made this one smaller because the yarn is chunkier. It's Wool Ease Quick and Thick, I believe, by Lion Brand, and it's really, really thick. It has 20% wool and 80% acrylic. I don't have the yarn band here with me to give you the yarn review on that, but wool is really scratchy on me, so I can't wear 100% wool. But yeah, and then this one I can wear. It's just a little bit scratchy with the 20% when it's on my forehead, my ears, that sort of thing. Usually just on my forehead it's a little bit scratchy, but you know, it doesn't really bother me too bad. I might not wear it very often unless I wear something thin under it or if I line it with something. But I did use single stitches here for the brim. And it did take a whole skein. I went ahead and used the whole skein instead of having leftovers, but I was 2 stitches short of this whole last round, but I went ahead and made it work for me, and it fits. It fits really, really well on my head. As you can see here, though, this is all solid, and the rest of it looks like it's variegated. It does that throughout the pattern, throughout the yarn. In places if you can see that right there. That's not as solid as this over here. That has more of a light burnt. Yeah, I guess this one does too, but it does that. It goes from lights to darks, and it looks more solid when it has the medium blue here than it does with the lighter blue with the darker. It's really pretty. And I like it. Okay, please stay tuned for the rest. Okay, moving right along to our yarn review. What we have here today is a yarn that I wanted to said I might show y'all this week, and I guess I just decided to do it. This is the Bernat Baby Sport, and I like it. I love baby yarns for some reason, and they're normally thinner than the Red Heart Super Saver that I normally use, which is a 4. This one is a 3. It's light. The strands are a lot thinner than the 4s. I don't know, I was doing baby stuff a lot, especially when my kids were little. I made some stuff for my son, and then I made like dresses and buntings and things for my daughter. At least one bunting and maybe 1 or 2 dresses or something. Anyway, this is, like I said, this is light. It's a 3. And I'm using this one for my daughter again, but it's not for baby stuff. This color is Coral. The knitting needles here are 4mm US 6. Crochet hook is 4mm. I don't know if that's going to focus on it. US G6. I'm not sure what's going on with this. But 100% acrylic. Hopefully I can get a camera soon. 10.5 ounces, 300 grams. Bernat Baby Sport. A little teddy bear and a bunny. And there's a pattern, you know, blanket that they've used with this. It goes crooked. Bernat Baby Sport. This is tested for harmful substances. Women's Choice Award 2016 and 2017 by Yarnspirations.com. Free patterns on there. And this is a free pattern on the label. And I did notice on some of the other skeins, it has another baby blanket pattern you can do, or you can just go to Yarnspirations.com and you can get it there. I'm not sure what else to say about this yarn, but I do love working with baby yarn, and it's really nice to work with, and it works up really good. The project I'm using is where you use 2 or 3 strands held together to make a project. It's really thick project, and I'm not using chunky yarn. I'm just, using the 3 and doing what they said on that. And it is really, really thick, and I'll probably show that to you soon, what I'm talking about. On the yardage on this, I'm not sure if I showed it to you. It says approximately 1,077 yards. Once again, it's 10.5 ounces, 300 grams, 100% acrylic. So that's a lot of yarn, but for the project I need a lot. Like 6 skeins of this, but I think I have everything for this project, and I'm going to make this one in coral, and I'm going to make it also in gray, and there's another project I want to make to go with it that I've already made in gray. If you've seen my Facebook page, my business page at Friendly Crochet Creations, you'll see the elephant that I made for one of my bosses at my previous job, and it had a lot of fancy detail, but not as much as Sophie's University knows, so I didn't mean to fuss about it when I made it, but man, I just hadn't done anything that complex in a long time, and I did like that, and I am going to make some more. So I hope you like this review of the Bernat Baby Sport. It does have a lot of yarn in here. It's a big skein of yarn there. Okay, now I do have a sneak preview this week, and we'll get right into that. Okay, here's our sneak peek for this week. I have to give 2 YouTubers credit for this one. Not only the sparkly one, but also Nastasia. And I'll speak about that more next week. I hope to finish the hat. The hat's not finished. The shawl is finished, and I'll show you more of that next week. Hopefully I'll spread it out to show that to you. But, yeah. I'll tell you what I used on that. I have another project I'm doing another one in a favorite color, different yarn, and we'll talk about all that next week. And I hope you enjoyed the show this week. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and make a comment if you so wish to at the end. And hopefully I'll have everything in the description box that I need. If not, hey, just let me know somehow. Okay, thanks. Bye. Okay, hey you guys, I'm back for a minute. I forgot. I actually recorded the blanket segment before everything else, and then I went through everything just really fast, whether my camera turned off or not, to I don't know why it does that, but it does that every now and then. It wasn't even hot. But stay tuned for the blanket section, and at the end, please like, subscribe, and share. And I hope you like our secret guest at the end. So stay tuned. Ciao for now, and see y'all next week. Okay, everyone. This is going to be my blanket section of video episode 4, and I want to show you how far I got on the polka dot blanket from the Secret Yarnery with Krista Patel. I got all 6 rows and columns done. That yarn, and I have 2 whole skeins left to work with to at least start on the border. Not sure how much it's going to take for the border, but here's a close-up. I used Red Heart Soft Baby Steps for most of it. Now the blue is a little different. I don't know if it looks off to you, but maybe it doesn't. That one is actually just regular Red Heart Soft. It's not Baby Steps or anything. But here's that. They're all joined. And I have a secret guest for you here in a minute. Pretty much goes with my my curtains, but I don't know if I should give this to my daughter or not. It goes with her curtains too. I gotta think about that in a minute. But here's the polka dot blanket with the secret yarnery. Okay, you guys. Here's my secret guest. I just pulled her out of her tote yesterday. I started her in 2016. I think Dedri had this cowl up and running in 2015. I caught it a little bit late. I don't know if I started it in 2015, but I was working on it in 2016, and life got in the way, and I put her in a tote. I bought a tote especially for her. Put her and her yarn in it, and I bought a little basket for the extra yarn that I had that wouldn't fit. And I've had to pull out the spring green for a project and some of the pink for a project or two. And, well, that's alright. I can get some more of those later. But I'm afraid of the spring green. If I don't get to it soon, it's going to be gone. But, you know, it's not sold in the stores anymore. But she's got this cowl on YouTube, which I've not seen any of her videos on YouTube. But she's got it over, it's all in a nutshell. But it's also in printable version where you can get it online at Look at What I Made. And I'll have all that down in the description box. I pulled this out yesterday and I was on row 72. I believe that was this around here. I had half of it done, more or less. Been optimistic, probably a little more than half, I don't recall. But that's okay. But now this is row 80, and if you get here, well, you need the break that one gives you. And she says I can take a little break on the next part too. This is part 10. Part 11 is pretty short, but it's got some complex things in there. But yeah, I thought this was a good stopping point to show you this little nice surprise. I just been wanting to get her back out, and I just finally did it yesterday. If you can see, I have stitch markers here, marking places. These are my new stitch markers. I was using safety pins for a while. I don't really like using safety pins because of their pointy factors and being dangerous. There's another one I was showing you earlier. This one. I like these right here, but I don't like these. They do open up and they do clamp shut, which is fine. And that's why I like these. I like these little safety pin things, stitch markers. But these right here I don't really like to use very often, because when you go through a stitch or you're trying to place it on a spot, it's kind of hard to get in and out. It might snag a little bit. And here's another of these, another one of these. Then I've got some round circular ones. I don't think they're on here. I don't really like to use those either because they fall out sometimes. But yeah, see, I have these. Really don't need these in here that are down into Sophie, but I just thought I'd leave them for now. But yeah, I feel good that I got this far, but as you can see over here, I have a lot of ends to weave in, and I already started weaving in some of them. So, and I've started this is where I stopped. I've started weaving in some of the ends already. So I don't have all this mess at the very end, but I do need to work on that as I go to get that under control, so I don't have so many at the very end. And well, I hope you like seeing my Sophie. She's coming right along. She's halfway done. There's 20 parts, and I just finished part 10. So she's got tulips and everything. Another stitch marker right there. Oh, all kind of details in here. But you can see she's starting up on the ends. And I wanted a good picture. I probably should have blocked it, but wanted to show it to you. Oh yeah, and another detail is I tried to match her Cotton 8 colors that they have in the UK to Red Heart colors. And these are Red Heart acrylic colors from the Super Saver. And I got most of them right. Just right, spot on. But some of them are a little off. Like one of them I think was like more of a periwinkle color. Like this one I think is more of a periwinkle color or something. But it's alright. It's a light purple, but violet or light purple, or I forget what color that's supposed to be, but I'm not gonna, I think we're not using this one anymore. So after this section, she said we don't need it. I got enough to keep going, or maybe make another one. So we'll see what happens in the future. I love these little sunshines. That's what we're making on the next section, but they're different colors. They're not pink and yellow, but could make them pink and yellow if I wanted to. Thought I'd give you a nice look at Sophie. She's got a 3D effect here on some of these stitches, and this one takes up a lot of rows right there. That one right there. Better look at this one. All these flowers, and I think she said she got it from one of those adult coloring books. I'm not sure exactly which one right now, but you can look her up on her blog under look at what I made, and see what she's got over there, what she says about it, and she might even tell you on YouTube on It's All in a Nutshell. So go check her out and see if you can get this far or further. I'm going to try to make the whole thing. I know some people stopped with just the center part, or they stopped at a certain point, maybe at this part, and maybe they kept going for a little bit. I'm not sure how many people actually got finished, but I think my goal is to finish the whole shebang. So anyway, I hope you enjoy sharing with me my Sophie's Universe. I'm not sure what I'm going to call her, like Easter Garden or something like that. I like the pastels, and I'm a pastel-y girl in Easter, and it's just what reminds me of springtime. So I'm going to have to think about that. Or maybe I just call her Sophie's Universe. We'll see. Any ideas? If you want to have any input on that, just let me know down in the description box, okay? Alright, we'll see you in a bit.